The cabinet mission to India was headed by Lord Patrick Lawrence. The Constitution of India was adopted the Constitution Assembly. The Constitution Assembly for undivided India first met on 9 December 1946. When the Constitution Assembly for the Dominion of India reassembled on 31st October 1947, its reduced membership was 299. Who among the following was the Constitution Advisor to the Constitution Assembly of India? Dr. B.N. Rao. The Constitution of India was enacted by a Constitution Assembly setup under the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. Constitution Assembly, which formed the Constitution for Independent India, was set up in 1946. Who presided over the inaugural meeting of the Constitution Assembly of India? Sachinanda Sinha. Who among the following was the chairman of the drafting committee of Indian Constitution? B. R. Ambedkar. How long did Constitution Assembly take to finally pass the Constitution? About 3 years, since December 9, 1946. Who was the president of the Constitution Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The demand for the Constitution Assembly was put forward by the Indian National Congress in 1936 at its session held in Lucknow. The Constitution Assembly arrived at decision on the various provisions of the Constitution by consensus. The most profound influence on the drafting of the Indian Constitution was exercised by Government of India Act 1935. As the following: Drafting Committee, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Committee on Fundamental and Minority Rights, Bhalabhai Patel. Union Constitution Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. Working Committee, Kanilal Munshi. Which of the following statement is correct? The Constitution Assembly of India is elected by the Provisional Assemblies in year 1946. As the following: July 2020, 1947. Adoption of national flag by the Constitution Assembly. January 24, 1915. Adoption of national song by the Constitution Assembly. January 26, 1915. Adoption of the national envelope by the government. March 22, 1957. Adoption of national calendar by the government. Which of the following are correctly matched? Indian national song Vande Mataram. Indian national animal tiger. The design of a national flag was adopted by the Constitutional Assembly of India in August 1947. Which of the following are the principal feature of Government of India Act 1999? D. The introduction of diarchy in the executive government of the provision. The devolution of legislative authority by the centre to the provisions. Expansion and reconstitution of central and provisional legislatures. Which of the following proved to be the most short-lived of all British constitutional experiments in India? India Council Act 1909. Which one of the following has formally introduced the principles of the election for the first time? India Council Act 1909. Which of the following features do not contribute to making the Indian Constitution the bulkiest in the world? It codifies the rights and privileges of the members of Parliament and state legislation. It enumerates all types of Indian citizens and how it can be terminated. Which of the following statements are not correct about the objective resolution? It formed the basis of the character on fundamental rights. It called for the establishment of the socialist and secular polity. This is wrong. Which of the following items is wrongly matched? Which of the following items are correctly matched? November 26, 1914, the people of India adopted, enacted, and gave themselves the Constitution. January 24, 1950, the Constitution was finally signed by the member of the Constitution Assembly. January 26, 1950, the date of commencement of the Constitution. December 9, 1947, Constitution Assembly first meeting. Wrong. Which of the following provisions of the Constitution came into force from November 26, 1949? Provision relating to citizenship, provision relating to election, provision relating to the provisional parliament. Which of the following act gave representation to Indian for the first time in the legislature? Government of India Act 1935. The Crown took the Government of India into its own hands by Government of India Act 1858. Consider the following statement. The Indian Constitution is written Constitution largely based on Government of India Act 1935. The Indian Constitution established a secular state, meaning the state treats all religions equally. Freedom of faith and worship is allowed to all the people. The state makes no discrimination on the basis of religion in matter of employment. The nationalist demand for a constitutional assembly was for the first time considered by the British government, through indirectly and with reservations in the August offer. Nationalist demand for a constitutional assembly was for the first time considered by the British government, through indirectly with the reservation in the August offer. Which of the following was adopted from the Maurya dynasty in the emblem of the government of India? Four lions. The office of Governors General of India was created by Governor of India Act 1858. Who among the following is known as the father of Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. When did Mr. Atty, Prime Minister of England, announce the transfer of power to Indians? June 1948. Who proposed the preamble before drafting committee of the Constitution? Jawaharlal Nehru. Which of the following correct regarding the Indian Constitution? It is a mixture of several constitutions. Match the following. Government of India Act 1999, Dayarchi. Government of India Act 1935, Provisional Autonomy. Minto Morley reforms. Separated electorate. Cabinet Mission Plan. Constitution Assembly. The amendment procedure laid down in the Constitution of India is on the pattern of Constitution of South Africa. The first session of the Constitution Assembly was held in New Delhi. Who among the following was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constitution Assembly? C. Jawaharlal Nehru. Who among the following was not a member of the Constitution Assembly? C. Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan. Who among the following is at the feature of the federal state? The power of the central and state governments are clearly laid down. Who was the first foreign minister of Free India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Under whom among the following was the first draft of the Constitution of India prepared on October 1947 by the advisory branch of the Office of the Constitution Assembly? B.N. Rao. Which one among the following is the fundamental duty of citizens under the Constitution of India? C. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. The first effort at drafting at a Dominion state constitution for India was made in response to Simon Commission. The Constitution of India divided the states of India in categories A, B, C, D in the year 1950. In the context, which of the following statement is correct? The governor was the executive head of category A states. Raj Pramukh was the executive head of category B states. The Chief Commissioner was the executive head of the category C and D states. The Constitution, the Constitution, the Constitution of India was promulgated on January 26, 1950, because this day was being celebrated as the Independence Day since 1920. Was being celebrated as the Independence Day since 1929. The idea of the Constitution was first of all given by D. M. Roy. The members of the Constitutional Assembly were elected by provincial assemblies. Which of the following statements regarding the Constitutional Assembly are true? It was a multi-party body. It worked through several committees. Who among the following was not a member of the Constitutional Assembly established in July 1946? Mahatma Gandhi, and everybody was like Vallabhbhai Patel, K. Munshi, J.B. Kripalani was member of the Constitutional Assembly held on July 1946. India became a sovereign democratic republic on January 26, 1950. Which one of the following made the Indian legislature bicameral? Be Government of India Act 1919. The first attempt at the introducing a representative and popular element in administration was made by B. Indian Council Act 1909. The Government of India Act 1935 vested the decisionary power in the Governor General. Which of the following was not one of the features of in Government of India Act 1935? Bicameral legislature. Which one of the following aimed at providing a federal structure for India? The Government of India Act 1935 was the main stipulation of Government of India Act 1935. Complete independence guaranteed. The Constitution of India borrowed the scheme of Indian Federation from the Constitution of the uh, Canada. The Union Constitution closely follows the constitution system of UK. Which of the following feature is common both for the Indian Federation and the American Federation? A federal Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution. The inspiration of liberty, equality, and fraternity was derived from French Revolution. Indian President and Prime Minister are Republica of the head of the state of which country? Britain. The President of the Indian Union has the same constitution authority as the British monarchs. Which of the following describes India as a secular state? Direct preamble to the Constitution. In a parliamentary form of government, real powers of the state are vested in the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Which of the following is not a basis feature of Indian Constitution? Presidential government. Which of the following is a feature of parliamentary form of government? Executive is responsible to legislation. Federation. Constitution provides Federation. Canada. Parliamentary. Britain. Directive principle. Ireland. Fundamental rights. USA. Which of the following features does the Indian Constitution borrow from Weimar Constitution of Germany? Provisions concerning the suspension of the fundamental rights during national emergency. As the following: a rule of law, British Constitution, directive principles, Irish Constitution, concurrence, Australian Constitution, suspension of fundamental rights during emergency, German Constitution. Which of the following features and their source is wrongly matched? Judicial review, British practice, wrongly matched. A writer, concurrence, Australian Constitution, directive principle, Irish Constitution, fundamental rights, US Constitution. Which of the constitution has inspired the Indian concepts of rule of law, parliamentary system, and lawmaking procedure? British Constitution. The Constitution of India is designed to work as a unitary government in times of emergency. Which of the following features of the Constitution of India does not resemble the American Constitution? a parliamentary form of government. Which of the following emergency clearly from the now which of the following emerges clearly from the preamble? When the constitution was enacted, the ideals that were to be achieved, the system of government, the sources of authority. Which one of the following statements regarding the preamble is correct? It is not enforceable in court of law. The Indian constitution has borrowed the ideas of preamble from the constitution of USA.